It's on. It's on record.
Okay.
Okay.
Introduce the book, Bill.
This month's book is The Wedding People. And does anybody remember who it was written by? Let's see. So anyway, I picked it, so that's why I'm talking about it, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't exactly my favorite book or anything like that.
Wait. What's your least favorite book about all time?
Oh, I just have.
Least favorite book of all
Did
time.
he say that?
I don't think I said
I
that.
think we all did.
Oh,
I would say
okay.
some least. All right, what's your least
But-
favorite?
I don't know.
Moth smoke? No. Lipstick Jackie?
No, it was something about sod. Sod
Wedding
master.
people is Allison. Yeah.
What was
Oh.
this?
That's the
Sod father.
Sod father. Sod father.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
I remember that took over the all-time
Okay, now
list.
there was a theme there.
No
and that's
longer can you
all
say
the-
lipstick anything because the sod father now.
Thank you.
No.
Oh, yeah,
no,
but that was a.
no.
Oh yeah, that
Olive
was the pick of the
Kitteridge
month.
takes it
No,
all.
Olive Kidders was
Takes it
good.
all.
Allison S.
She was
Batch.
good.
Yes.
So, but anyway, it's about a wedding party gone bad. A woman goes there to
Kill herself.
kill herself, and she's
Started
the
out
only.
with a good idea. No.
Well, I mean, I do think there were some kind of interesting concepts there but it was pretty light, in nature, the way it was written and all that.
Yeah, suicide's always like nature.
So, I mean, I didn't hate it, and some of the humor I thought was pretty good. But in general, it was kind of written for maybe a younger audience than us, but maybe not. Maybe and I think another thing about it, I think
Beginning readers.
beginning reader. The other thing is, I think it didn't necessarily have to be a story about women. They could have used men. It could have been the same thing where, it was just about how you're going to dedicate your life, if you're going to dedicate your life to another person, and how that could look a few years later. I mean, some of those kind of thoughts about it, I think were kind of interesting because, like the one lady, she was going to kill herself because her relationship didn't work. And the lady that was getting married, she was going to enter into a relationship with her husband, and she wasn't sure that was going to work, And so these are all kind of things to think about, especially for maybe younger people that are, getting into those things for the first time. So
I kept
those
asking
parts
you,
of it,
Bill,
I liked
if
it.
you were enjoying the book.
Yeah.
You go, I would rather be playing guitar or anything than reading this book, but I'm gonna finish it.
And Bill, I appreciate you acknowledging those possible themes, and I would agree with you as far as a younger audience, because I did look up the age of the writer, because I was thinking that had something to do with the way it was written. Certainly the
Yes.
amount of times the F word was used, I felt was of the times, 30 and 40
younger,
so,
yeah.
and actually, to me, the premise of her going to commit suicide, to me, that was an intriguing way to start the book. And then about halfway through, I kind of knew what was going to happen, and it became very
Halfway.
formulaic.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
1/3,
Yeah,
maybe
about
1/4.
End of the first chapter.
Yeah,
Let's do the hot tub scene.
yeah. So it
Then
became
you
formulaic.
knew
to me,
exactly
yeah.
what was going to happen.
After that.
Yeah, because they didn't have a lot of characters in it, right? I mean, there's just like him and her and the boyfriend, and yeah, they kind of.
And they threw in an awful lot of psychological catchphrase, just
Hyperbole.
theories or whatever, So.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good assessment for maybe younger readers. But
Yeah.
Well, what? She was probably around 40, you think?
The gal from
The
St.
character.
Louis.
She
Yeah,
is.
the woman who was going to kill herself. Don't you think she was?
I was thinking
And
maybe in
they-
her 30s, but anyway,
Yeah,
go ahead.
but,
Yeah.
and they were considered the older people.
Yes,
in the
right.
group.
That's right. She was the oldest.
Yeah.
It's-
No,
yeah.
But I said to
Him, that guy.
Your husband?
No, this plant.
What's your name again?
Greenie.
I said, if this woman does not end up with a groom at the
Right,
end of the
right.
book, I will be so proud of this author.
That's right.
And
she
she
did.
blew it big
No,
time.
she ended up with him.
Oh yeah, Patty did.
You didn't
yeah.
read it?
I did read it, but I think I blocked
Well,
that out.
actually,
I was like, no,
No.
there's got to be
Actually-
she read Stones in the River.
I think what Patty's
Yeah.
saying is that all indications are that she ended up with him.
But they
But they
didn't.
didn't ride
absolutely
off
say
in the
that.
sunset with
And
each
I
other.
was
She makes a
hoping-
reference to when he and I have children, or when he and I do this. I mean, she was planning on it.
But
whether
it might not.
Yeah.
She's taking a job right there where he lives.
Oh yeah, she does take the job in the village.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And total sidebar, because I'd already read that book, I did listen to the other book you suggested, A World History in 6 Drinks. Loved it. So,
World History of 6 Drinks.
in 6
In
drinks.
6
I said
drinks.
cups, but drinks.
Yeah.
It was so interesting. I learned a lot, and the last chapter in that book was really intriguing about water. So,
Wasn't anything like 3 cups of tea.
so sidebar, just because you've
Yeah.
given us 2 options.
That's right.
So,
Wow.
Maybe I should have done that.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
do you guys want on the book? Do you guys dessert anybody?
I had some dessert menu.
Yeah, right here. I have one right here.
Okay.
I'm going to have the chocolate chip bread pudding, and I'm happy.
It was a pink ice cream.
We're back on.
We're back on.
We had a slight delay for dessert there. And we're back to the book, The Wedding
The
People,
wedding people. Okay.
by some lady.
Esbach.
It has a base.
Esbach.
So,
It's like a,
I mean,
goes up in a
what was I going to say?
cylinder,
There,
like
some of the conversations. Oh, I thought that,
glass
first of all,
vase. That's
we were
covered.
saying we didn't
And it's
particularly
old-fashioned,
like
what
this
you
book,
would have had as your
but on the other
summer.
hand, it is a New York Times bestseller.
So I think it's
Go
a
figure.
So what are
That's-
what are we missing here?
We're old.
One
Oh, and
big,
so
you know,
so
the
there
kind of
there's an
shape,
audience out there that's
succulent.
not
Yeah.
us, right?
had
Well, it was on Goodreads. It
little
was like
flower coming
highly
Yeah.
rated on
and 2 little
Goodreads.
flowers. And it's
It
about
was
this big
most
and
popular
it's
book at
tucked
22.
in the top of the
I mean,
pink
Yeah.
That,
Sunday.
it didn't. I mean, it was a slog for me. I just didn't get it.
Yeah, and my
I
friend,
don't know how it got on the
I'm
back.
gonna make those.
my friend that
It's gonna
recommended
be
it,
my thing.
she
I'm
liked
gonna
it,
go to
and I think it was
Empty
mostly
Soda,
just the
find little
humor.
glass
There was
vases.
some good humor in it, really. I mean, you know, like
Yeah.
I mean,
kind of
for those
funny
chicken
that
menus,
they saved
you
each
can
other in a way.
propagate those, like,
Yeah,
know.
we used to bring
I like that.
Ken and chicks back from Portland.
And I thought
Remember
the
that
young
people had
woman,
a
she was
bunch in
kind
their
of
parking
nice to the
parking,
older woman.
You know, off the street.
They became friends.
Yeah, that was
and-
an intriguing, interesting, yeah,
Yeah.
friendship. But again, certainly based on need or
It's so easy. We went up
But do you
to
think, like,
north of St. Joe,
you
King
could,
City.
when you were younger,
There's this darling
you could have never
little,
found yourself in that
garden
position
center
of either one of them?
Does flowers. No.
But but like you were saying, my
You
guess
committed
is a lot
suicide?
of women
But I bought Kathy
today
$50
might
worth
find
of
themselves in that
I got
situation.
Judy,
Oh, okay.
a plant. I got Patty.
Or
a
just
plant.
being like
Just all
sideways
for
with your
their
spouse,
whatever, because I don't
You know,
always get them on
one side or the
Christmas.
other.
And
you know, when you entered into marriage,
Yeah.
I mean, you would never enter, for instance, you know, you would never enter into
I'm
marriage
really in the garden.
like
Yeah.
the way
Did you get
the young
plants, or what
woman
did
was
you get for
approaching
you?
it. Or
Coleus.
Oh, I don't know. I think a
I have
lot
a
of people.
big
When you're
say
younger,
differently.
or-
I think people do end up getting in relationships for
I fell in
what
love with Coleus
unhealthy reasons or not even thinking that through.
You know, there's a shade.
Father died, all of that. So I didn't find that.
So I made sure mine was pink because it's going to be a sunny.
well, I mean,
And so I got like
she
5 or
was
6
okay.
things
What
put
were
in
their names again? It was Gary was the
And then
husband to be. The bride was But she was the youngest of all of them.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
can't even remember her name.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
For some reason I thought it started with an L, but don't quote me. on
Yeah.
it.
Lila?
Is it a son?
Maybe it was.
I think it was
It is a
Lila.
sign.
It was an L word.
Lila.
I can't remember the
Straw flower.
Main
Li-
character's name.
main character's name.
Lila should have been the most excited
Eventually,
because she had never been in a
straw
relationship
flower?
like marriage before.
no, it is like straw.
But she wasn't.
So
And
it's
she was the one who was
preserved.
putting the whole thing on.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah,
putting it all
see,
on.
to me, yeah, to me that was all about her
And then
father
those
and
little-
spending money and since I don't know anyone that wealthy, I don't have anything.
It was,
Yeah.
the whole thing about the week and everything that they did was like, oh,
I mean,
so this is how rich people
Yeah.
do
Those little
weddings.
glove
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
They go learn
Yeah,
to
that's the
surf,
bachelor buttons.
and
What I call
they
it.
go on
You get purple, and they're strawish. Someone put those together. I got a
this, and they go do
citronella.
that, and it takes a week,
Pants.
and
We're gonna import things from wherever we imported them.
Yeah, but there was just no real substance there, was there?
My salad garden
Nice.
is like huge. My salad things we've had.
It was supposed to be an intellectual romance novel by putting in all the psychological things.
it's
Maybe,
kind of like that.
maybe it was. It was an elevated romance novel.
Well, I think that's kind of what I was hoping for, you know. But when you said, oh, okay,
Yeah.
we're at the last book club meeting, you go, there's a lot of F words and all that. And then you came back, I think, in a text, and you said, oh, it'll be fine. Let's just do this.
I can get over myself.
The only thing that
I thought that you had read through it, and it, like,
Not like that. I just got it.
I did a
the only thing that differed this from a romance novel is usually in a romance novel they start out hating each other,
and they're starting to
and then
Oh yeah, that's
I
true.
did edamame.
Where she started out hating herself,
Edamame.
and yet found a man to save
A
her.
squirrel or something bit off
That's
but
my
I have a
mistake.
couple that are surviving, so I'm like, I need to
Well,
take
I
a
kind of
squirrel.
wondered how much of the book was
It's been so much fun.
a
I
personal
told
experience.
Jason
I mean,
had
how much
black
did she
tomato.
draw on her
Oh,
own,
that's interesting. I didn't
on
know.
her own life experiences to create this
I
book?
would personally say 0.
The regular size.
Yeah.
totally
I
fictional.
guess.
Outside heirloom.
I mean, how old is she?
Brandywine's black.
Four-
The
she's
writer's
in
like in her
40s.
40s, yeah.
A long time to
Oh,
rest.
so maybe she's.
So
Early
Gordy
40s.
brought me to sit back and he goes,
I mean, I think she approached it totally from a humor stance, you know.
Buy my tomatoes already this tall. Just put too much
Just gonna see if they said
So we
anything.
did like 24 pack of the little black
Oh, yeah.
containers
already-
and put the seed down.
And
You
so
could-
they're
And
all
it's already
together.
getting ready
So
to
they
be
all
made into
came up
movies.
and said last week.
They're getting ready to make it a
Well,
movie.
it's so formulaic. I mean, why wouldn't you make that into
black.
Doesn't
What,
seem like a
what
movie.
characters did you really gravitate to? I mean, nobody has the kind of depth that you go,
That it
So
takes
so
up
I'm really
Jason
invested
and I
in this
have
character. I
12
really want to.
No, I mainly got annoyed in most of the characters.
They were.
Actually.
They're kind
different
of abrasive.
and I'm gonna give you guys
Yeah, I didn't like any of the characters.
things. So
Not
to
really.
try to learn two of those black.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I might like the young girl because I thought she might end up being the wisest of them all.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna do the two, but then I want my two red big ones.
I didn't.
And my
They're
one
just,
red
I
chip.
don't know.
Well, I guess what I was
It's
just
kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I have to
I
give
mean,
away the
my friend that recommended it, she really seemed to have liked it.
And I'm going to community
Did she
So I was
share?
fine with
Oh, yeah,
I was
Did she
because
fine.
share
they
why she
have
liked
my
it?
tomatoes I love.
Yeah.
Already.
All I remember
had
her
it
saying
in
is it's good, it's zany.
to a nice
It's
height.
That's all I remember.
No,
Zany.
And I will
Zany.
get those there.
There you go.
Is this the one whose book we read?
Yeah,
So
we
I'm like,
get,
Gordy, why did we get
get
those?
those
friend, her friend that was at
I
the
do
house.
too. Is it my friends at
We
zoo?
said we got the next pick for
I don't know.
book club.
I've not been there.
You
but
guys
I
know
think
any
that's
good
where
books?
I don't
Yeah.
know if he gets his
And one of them
there or
said,
not.
you know,
That's
this
right.
book about the drinks. And the other one said this one
The
about
book about what?
the drinks.
So I
Six
have
drinks.
a
Did she
million
actually use the word zany?
8-foot
Or was that
tall
your
No, that's my
interpretation?
word.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my
along that
words.
back
Oh.
garden.
Well,
They
here's
all
something I
got
find
the
very
sunflower
intriguing. This
seeds.
woman at
So
the
now I
age of
have like
40 is an
800
associate
of
professor of
little
English
babies that are
at
about
Providence
this
College.
tall. And and I'm gonna take
Say
some
that
of them
again?
up and put them in
She's
the
an
pot.
associate professor of English.
Well, you can.
At
So
Providence
if you
College.
want
Who is?
some of those,
The author of this
for
book.
your garden at
She's a teacher,
We have one
a
that
professor.
Excuse me, associate
And
professor.
it's
It's a volunteer.
Well, that would
Yeah.
that would
This
indicate
is the
an audience
volunteer,
she's trying
and
to
I only
reach
had
to.
them for the first time last
Yeah,
year.
the movie
But now I have.
Oh my
another.
gosh, she got her
Yeah.
Master's of Fine Arts at
So
Washington.
it's
At
not like you
WashU.
have a million little
At
babies
WashU.
from
No, I
your-
haven't seen any babies, but I've
over
seen
here.
there's like.
Oh, and that's what her
two that are
thesis. Her
now about
thesis
this
later
tall.
became her first
Just
novel,
two?
The Adult.
Yeah, but I think one of our case managers.
And
she
worked
moved
to
on
New York
that-
to teach
that
writing.
Flower last year to dry.
So let us look forward to
Get out.
future authors.
Yeah.
Let us now, shall we? They will not be George Orwell.
I can give you I can give you several if you want to grow the 8 foot tall.
Interesting.
Yeah, we might
Interesting
do that
stuff.
along
Okay.
the
All
fence
right.
line at
What
our
is,
garden.
Well,
what
it
is
can be pretty
wonderful
tough
about
to
it
pick a
is
book.
Amen. Amen, my friend.
So you know,
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it will drop
you gave it your
seeds
best, Bill.
you think you got a
all
formula
summer
there?
long.
The whole-
New York
And you'll
Times
have a
bestseller.
Right. No.
Well,
No, that doesn't guarantee nothing.
the whole point about book club is to read something you've never picked yourself.
Like the Sawfather.
Okay.
The what?
And my Swiss chard is like this big. It came back last year.
That was on the Baseball Times
Yeah.
bestseller.
Thank
I mean,
you.
it's just that-
And there was a
that
theme
started
there.
wearing
The whole
Let's
book,
come
the
back.
writing
It's
sucked.
this big
But,
and
you know,
that tall.
What
happened to
which book?
Read
The
it.
Sawfather. George Stillman. The book about
Actually,
I mean, we could have written a better book.
He just needed an editor.
He had one. Anyway,
I'm more thinking about like a book about what was the one where the
last year.
I mean we read kind of books like this where they're formulaic. Like the one about the octopus.
So my
What
bird
was it
watcher
called?
is chicken poop. Actually,
My octopus friend.
something like that. Yeah, yeah.
If you have a
I mean, you know,
membership,
it's
I'm
kind of
a-
based on humor
I tried reading
They
like
give
and
you
unrealistic.
2 bags.
I fell in love with
Series
the.
of-
I fell in love with the octopus. I didn't fall in love with any.
We get elephant.
and they are so.
But I mean,
No, I'm sorry, Bill. I'm
Like,
sorry. Go ahead.
I'm used to something that
but it's
has-
kind of the same. Not exactly the same
Well,
formula, but I
history
mean,
is-
Yeah, I'm always
it's a comedy book.
Well,
Yeah,
But
you kind of knew what was going to happen.
Right, right. And it was called The Soul of an
Mysterious.
What's it called?
The Soul. Oh no, that's a different one. That's a different one. You're right.
Something about amazing, intelligent creatures. Something.
Oh,
The
you
Soul-
know, it had something to do with. Yeah, it was a really clever title.
Yes. No, The Soul of an Octopus. That author is Cy Montgomery, and she's a naturalist, and I find her writing amazing. And she's written several books. One is called The Good Good Pig, and this one. So, but you're right. That one was a different one.
Oh, John, can't we have breakfast?
Yeah,
Well,
but don't think.
I think that because we
I-
have no audience,
Scrambled eggs?
I'm listening, Bill. I'm
Not a
listening.
commitment.
people
Remarkably
are
Bright
interested.
Creatures was the name of that book.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
And what I thought was good about that title was that was the octopus's reflection on the people that were
Yes.
that he
yes.
was looking at.
That's totally different writing than the
Protest, the one-
Soul of an Octopus. Yes.
Yeah. The octopus was.
It was right.
These, yes, he
Yes,
was commenting
right.
on humans.
Remarkably.
And the woman who kept the
Well, there's a.
That
like a-
can allow me
kind
to
of
go
comes in as
from
a group.
cage to cage and steal the other
Sort it out here.
fish's food. So are we still talking about this book?
honey, you missed the whole.
Not really.
We're done now because you were.
Thank
you
God,
know,
because
we're
this
talking
book,
I tell you what.
this book was painful and hard. My other book club is reading Ann Patchett's autobiography.
How much?
Yeah.
It's not any good either.
I was going to say.
True.
Pass on that.
Oh my God! I want to go back to our part. I love that hardback book.
So I'm reading The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
First time?
Did you turn
Yes.
this off?
Honey dear
Oh, okay, I didn't know
anniversary.
if it
Okay,
mattered.
we'll leave it on until the guy
No, that's
comes
okay.
out.
I'm sorry.
We can wait till the guy brings the dessert.
It's your thing. I
It's
just,
right now.
which is right. I just didn't know if you. There it is.
Lovely desserts for us.
Okay, well, so this got no thumbs up,
Whoa.
and we'll see you next month.
Okay, okay.
And I'll pass them out.
Wink, wink.
Take after all, not care.
A apple cobbler, if I'm not mistaken. Here we are.
Super, super.
Do we have enough